All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And once again, we have a very special guest, IFBB Pro, Klaus Riis. Man, I've known Klaus for a long time.
Yep.
He's been on Team Mutant for a long time. And man, we have some good memories, some good booth memories going around the world, different trade shows, FIBO, Body Power, Olympias. So,
Yep.
man, it's been good. And so I thought I'd have you on the show because you are definitely a unique IFBB Pro. I don't think there's anyone else doing what you do out there. And so I wanted to bring you on, catch up with you, see what you've been up to, and kind of go into your history and your background and with wrestling and everything. There's lots of questions that I have. So we're going to dive right in it. But I just wanted to read a little bio that I found because you're an actor as well. So this is your, what is it, IMBD or?
Yep.
Yes. So Klaus was the first male Danish bodybuilder to become a professional in 2016. Historic. That's a pretty big deal. He started working out with weights and wrestling and did taekwondo at the early age of 8. Okay. Competed in his first bodybuilding competition at 18 years old. All right. And then in 2018, Klaus made his debut as a professional IFBB at the pro in the classic physique division. So classic physique, even though you look like maybe bigger than that,
Yeah,
but
it was a mistake, but let's not get into that.
And then so I mean, you've been featured in Muscle and Fitness magazine, national television, newspapers, like you're well known, especially over there in Europe and Denmark, and so we'll get into all of that. But first question: tell us about your wrestling background. Where did you get started?
First of all, I just want to say thank you
Oh,
both for
perfect.
having me on. And
Yeah, man.
what an intro!
Oh,
I don't need to say a lot, I guess.
No. Happy to do it. Happy
Yes.
to do it.
No, it's awesome. But my background, yeah, my dad is or was a pro wrestler. So of course, when we were small, I think about 3 or 4 years old, we started gymnastics.
Okay.
The parent kid gymnastic classes you could take, and of course he had us doing wrestling moves and stuff like that. So basically, from 4 years old, we were wrestling, and we kept doing that. Even though up until 8, I started with taekwondo as well to implement that, and weight training, because all the wrestlers back then were huge and mobile and athletic, and that's of course why I looked up to that type of physique and wanted to be like them. So basically, we started early on because of him. He wanted us all to get into it, but it was just me out of 4 brothers that really got into wrestling and did pro wrestling up until I was 21. So I
Pro
did
wrestling.
shows. I traveled, whole of Denmark. I went to Norway, Sweden.
Wow.
So I didn't go outside Scandinavia,
Mhm.
but we did a lot of shows. So started with Greek Roman wrestling, real wrestling,
Yep.
and then it went on to pro wrestling, the show wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's my background for, I would say, being able to move, to jump,
Yeah.
and still want to be able to do that, because just being big without being able to move or wipe your ass, it's not really,
Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. Yeah.
Sure.
And it doesn't get better with age. So
No, it doesn't. You've crushed that stereotypical muscle bound image that we get as bodybuilders, and you prove everyone wrong by doing what you do. So it's kind of cool to see that if you work at it and you stick with it from a young age, man, it just never leaves you. So
yeah.
Another question: who is your
Yeah.
favorite pro wrestler?
Well, it was Hulk Hogan, and my dad looks like Hulk Hogan, so that was an
Okay.
easy one. If you look him up,
That's
it's
awesome.
they're actually kind of identical at one point. And I'll say, besides that, of course, Ultimate Warrior was always
Oh,
one of
man.
the great ones.
Yeah. Mine
Yes.
too.
Always going crazy,
Yeah. Love him.
You know, like
so
like
much
Steiner,
energy.
like Steiner. Remember Steiner? That
Oh,
Yeah,
like big
Big
Papa
Pump.
Pump.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 They
We
were
all know.
the Steiner brothers to begin
Yes.
with,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then
That's
he
right.
went on to do his own thing. And
Yes.
yeah, he was very cool. And I remember, later on, after all the old school wrestlers we had, The Rock was a fantastic athlete as well, Stone Cold, and we went to see these guys in real life in Germany, I remember, and that was a huge point for me, and something that still sits in me. I need to be able to move. It doesn't make any sense, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So I always, that always stuck with me, seeing these incredible athletes like Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley is amazing.
So mobile.
And they're huge,
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley is huge.
John Cena can move around pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty athletic. Yeah.
And Brock especially, he's just explosive.
Yeah.
Klaus, did you have any character? Like, did you have a character for yourself?
Yeah, I was called the Unreal One.
The Unreal One. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's almost an Undertaker-ish type of vibe. What was the gist of the character though?
Can you go into character? Can you?
No, I didn't do like a.
Oh, you didn't do like a
promo
voice,
like
or you
that.
didn't do it like
No.
a. Okay.
No, I was just looking mad the whole time. I had my hair, dyed
Yes.
blonde.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember the hair.
Like
Yes.
I had when I met you.
Yes.
And now
Sometimes I forget you
took
had
one
it.
of
Like,
those
yeah, because
here
it's been
and-
so
yeah,
long.
yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
brilliant.
Cool.
yeah, it was kind of it was kind of like a John Cena look, to be
Okay.
honest. He
Okay.
was one of my big ones as well. And I actually got to meet him, I remember, because I don't know if you had Ed Connors on, but I think you know who Ed Connors
Yes.
Yes, of course.
is. And I was one of his house guests, and I'm also mentioned in his book. And I remember he took me to my first Olympia when I was 19.
Yeah.
And John Cena came out of the line and shook Ed's hand and said thank you. I was like, wow, I'm here with John Cena, and this guy helped that guy become big, so maybe I'll be big.
Wow.
Yes.
But he kind of set everything in motion for me as well, because I lived in the US. I think it was 2006 or 7. And I
Okay.
came back the year after as a house guest, and we had Ben Pakulski, another Canadian, there as well.
Yeah.
I think he just won his pro card or something like that back then.
Mhm.
Wow.
He also had the hair dialed blonde.
Yeah,
He
used to have
did.
the.
He did. Yeah. So you're in the book, The Muscle Tears. Is that the one you're talking about? The Ed Connors book?
Yeah, Muscle Tears. Yeah, exactly.
The Muscle Tears. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
I've gotten through a little bit of the book, so I haven't come across you yet. So you're there, dude. Like, how
That's
was
awesome.
it being a house guest with Ed Connors? I mean,
Any
he
stories?
essentially started the whole Mecca and Muscle Beach thing. I
Gold's
mean,
Gym.
it was him.
Yeah. No,
How
it
was
a cool
it?
time, because I think we had what's his name, Jesse Goddard, who's a wrestler right now as well.
He's my athlete at Muscle Tech.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
Look,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
look how
Circle.
we come around. I talk
nice.
to Jesse all the time. So yeah. He's with
He's
us at Muscle
amazing.
Tech. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he was
hilarious.
there.
Yeah.
We had
really?
a German muscle fitness cover model, Mari Clintworth. We had Ben was there for a short time, and there were a Norwegian guy, Samuel Helgason. So there was like 4 or 5 guys always. Some came and went.
Yep,
I was there
yep.
3 months, and
Okay.
it was just an awesome time. Because we all had the same interest. We all helped and pushed each other. Went to the gym at the same time, made
Yep.
food together, went out together. It's just an awesome time, and for me being 19, getting there and having Ed there as well. He came by, like a couple times a week to check on us, if we
Yep.
make sure the house were clean.
Partying and drugs and
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The guys before us were bad. They
Yeah.
told us.
Yeah.
They were thrown out.
okay.
But that was cool. But he was like I would say kind of a father figure at
Yep.
that time. Because I was very fanatic with my food and everything back then. And he came in and gave some pointers on, hey, if you want to make it, you have to do this and that. You have to be more relaxed with the stuff, It has to be a balance. And that also stuck with me, especially now as a dad, you have to have balance. And that's of course what I helped, other people with as well.
Yeah.
Did you ever apply for the WWE or WWF back then?
No.
Just never had an interest, or didn't?
It did. I remember Ed talked about it. Like a standard contract, I think it was like $50,000 a year, which
Mhm.
is not a huge deal. and you would be like a jobber, right? So you just
Yep.
be beaten up the
Yep.
whole
Okay.
time.
Yep.
Wow.
Until you prove yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't remember. I think I went back the second time and I got a girlfriend who was pretty toxic.
Yeah.
And that kind of put a stop to it for a little bit. So I think that was the reason why I didn't go back a third time.
Man, you could have
jeez.
like, you had the physique and you got the skills. Like, I mean, could have been a could have been a superstar in WWE, but you know, everyone has their journey, and you went a different journey. But man, you're still inspiring to so many people. Do you do any like classes or training for for wrestlers or anything like that? Like, I see you in that gym. It's like is that your gym with the ring in the middle there?
No, it's my my dad's gym. He
Your
has
dad's gym.
a 1,000 square meter gym where the ring is,
Wow.
and we have, you know, gymnastic mats and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I don't visit too much anymore, to be honest. And now, of course, we moved,
Yes.
and at the same time, you know, the last almost 8 years, I lived in different countries.
Mhm.
You know, we lived here from, I think it was 15. Then we
Yep.
moved to Valencia, Spain. Then we moved
Yep.
to no, sorry, Tenerife in Spain. Then Valencia, and then Dubai. Lived in
Wow.
Dubai 2 years, and then we moved back to Denmark when we had my son, and yeah, now we're back here.
Dominican.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's jump into your current stats, because I have no clue what. I mean, I can try and guess, but like, how tall are you?
183. So I think that's 6 foot.
6 foot. Okay, and then what's your current weight?
I'm
Pounds.
down a lot of kgs, so I think I'm only 260 now. To be
260. Only 260.
Yeah.
But lean.
260.
No, because the
Lean
last
too.
5 weeks, you know, I had my trip to India. I came straight back, and I had to, you know, clean up the apartment, get everything sold, what I could sell, and
Oh,
you know,
okay.
give a lot away to people. You know, if I can help other people, I'd rather give it away to those
Yep.
in
Yep.
need. And then we came here and had to get, you know, new stuff set up, because we have a house from before where her mother lived, and
Mhm.
she rented out her part, so it's like a 2-level house.
Yeah.
But she built a new one just next to it, and of course we had to put a lot of new stuff in here.
Yep.
In the meantime, where we are, you know, I have a few payments left on the land we bought in Punta Cana.
Okay.
So when we can start build on that will probably be next year, and that's of course the goal I'm working towards, and that's a complete different level. That's what they call the new Dubai of the Caribbean.
Okay, Punta
Oh,
Cana.
really? Eh? They're looking to do it up like Dubai, eh?
Yeah, if you
Oh.
go, like, also the listeners that are listening, because they might not have a clue what's in the Dominican,
Mhm.
and a lot of people think it's very poor. It's not. You know, there's like 10 million tourists coming through every year
Yeah.
in Punta Cana. So if you look up Vista Cana, which is the project we paid in,
Yeah.
or paid the
Invested. Yeah.
invested in, just go to Google, put in Vista Cana, and put in photos. Then you'll see, you'll probably understand more why, you know.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
you did it?
I want to
Yeah,
get that done. Why I moved.
You're
Gotcha,
smart. I mean,
gotcha.
get in
Yeah.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's life like in Dominican? Like, what is it? How is it food wise and culture wise, and just walking around like 6 foot 260 white guy and walking, like, what is it like over there?
No, of course I get some looks, but you know,
Yeah.
You get used to it, and a lot of people actually remember me from when we lived here before,
Okay.
which is kind of cool.
That's nice.
But you know, the culture here is just way more laid back. It's very, very relaxed. You know, everything can be done
Yes.
tomorrow or the day after, or the
Island
week
time.
after, or maybe
Yeah.
never. you
Well,
know.
that's kind of like Vancouver too. So
Yes, we get done at 3
know,
and we to call it a day.
you guys over at Vancouver, Matt, you're the same
Yes.
way. Not
Friday,
here in
it's like you're
Toronto.
done at 1, or not even Friday, it's 1. Yeah.
Not in Toronto,
Yeah.
but Vancouver.
Toronto,
yes,
you're there till 7 on Friday. I'm not.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
No, but the food and everything is just it's way better, to be honest, because everything is
Okay.
actually real organic. Like,
Right.
if I want fresh meat, I can go out, I can see a cow hanging there, and
Mhm.
I can get warm meat with me
Yeah.
back home. You know, so it's definitely more fresh. All the fruits, avocados, everything is just, it tastes better, to be honest. You know, a big avocado with a small stone instead of what you buy in the supermarket, this small avocado with most of
with
it
a
is
giant,
like
yeah, 1000%. You know, there's no real middleman between you and the food that you're consuming, right? So, you know, and it's funny because, you know, Anne will say that all the time, and you remember Anne, Klaus, right? So
I think so.
My wife, right? So she's from the Philippines.
Ah, yeah.
And she'll say, you know, back in the Philippines, it's funny, all the stuff that they were eating is all, like you said, all that natural stuff, and it was so cheap over there, right? The expensive stuff over there is the fast food. You come to North America, all the organic stuff or the farm stuff, that's all expensive here, and the bad food is the cheap one. Right. So it was always fresh, and you know, we can't get that over here.
No, same in Denmark. You know, everything is processed, you know, so everything tastes better here. You know, I feel better, my stomach feels better, and you know, it was here I made my prep, and I went on to win my pro card as well.
Okay.
So, you know, it was the food here, the gym here. It's a nice environment because, like I said, I trained in Dubai at Binus. I trained at Olympia Gym in Sharjah. I trained at Oxygen Gym. And they're all amazing gyms. I mean, you have 80 to 100 pieces just to do legs, which is awesome. But the environment is just not the same, you know. The mood is the same. Like Oxygen Gym, there's no music. I mean, I know a lot of people take their own music, but you enter and it's like dead.
Quiet.
That's got to be a little weird. Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah.
And also no women. You know?
Well,
no distractions.
I mean, no distractions, but you know, sometimes distractions are all right. So
I think it's nice to see, you know, both sexes training hard, you know.
Exactly.
It's weird. You're there alone and no music.
That's wicked.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Different cultures.
As for talking about food and diet, what's your current like macros now, maintaining 260? This is your off season, right? This is what your full off season, or are you kind of lean down a bit right now?
I would say I'm lean down, and
a
lot of people probably don't want to hear what I have to say, but I don't track anything at all right now.
you just know what to eat. Once you've been doing it for so long, you just kind of like, I know if I eat this much today, I'll be fine. Like I'll maintain my weight. I'm good. That's what I do.
To be honest, the last 2.5 years since my son came out, I've been kind of winging it. It sounds ridiculous, and you know, and if I wanted to look a little bit sharper for, let's say for India, I try to look a little bigger, or the Arnold Classic in UK, I try to be a little bit sharper. Then of course go back on a plan where I count my calories, and you know, you can see a huge difference in just 4 or 5 weeks. But right now it's I can't even tell.
You don't know. Okay. Well, then that brings you to another question. And when you got ready for your last pro show, what type of diet did you do? Like, what were your macros for your carbs, proteins, fats for that diet?
Well, that's a very bad example as well, because my last 2 shows was for the classic shows that I tried to wait for. So I was eating absolutely nothing just to make weight. So it was against, you know, everything I tell all my clients. It was basically, I think it was 900 grams of boiled chicken a day. That was about it, to be honest. Some vegetables. That was it for the last 2 months. And, you know, I was off everything those last 2 months as well, just to make weight. And I looked, you know, super stringy, very tired, you know, of course, lost a little bit of muscle mass, but mostly because I was just so depleted. You know, your physique looks like dead. Has a terrible look to it. So it took me like, I would say 10, 14 days just to fill out and feel normal, you know, after that. But I would say because I've been that low, I actually grew a lot the 6 months after that.
Rebound.
I rebounded very well from that. But that was you know, I never had a coach. Everybody's talking about coaches. I'm a coach myself, and of course recommend that you get a coach. Most people need it to have someone to be accountable to as well. But I actually never had one, and I should have had one telling me, "Hey, Klaus, that's not a good decision you're about to make."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But you can always be,
Okay.
smart after.
Good. Matt, any questions on your
Yeah.
end?
Kind of, you were touching upon it, Klaus. How is your bodybuilding changed today versus a few years ago? So I know you're saying, you don't really count the calories much anymore, and you're kind of winging it since your son was born, type of thing. So has the training changed, and what are you adding to it or taking away from it?
Well, I just want to answer back on that. I would say that my protein might be around, 30%, carbs about 50%, and the last fat. Just
Yeah.
so people have, okay, I'm
Yeah.
not completely.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
But my training is definitely different because I just like training again, to be honest. At the end of those last two shows, I felt like I had to do certain things. I had to bring up stuff, which is bodybuilding, of course. If I'm lagging something, I have to bring it up.
Yep.
If not, I'm not, competitive. But I didn't like what I was doing those last couple of years. So I'm actually happy, that I'm not competing, to be honest.
Okay.
And there's less stress. And I joked about it earlier this year. I was in Sweden handing out, trophies. I said, "This is the best time I ever had on stage." Fat and happy.
Yeah.
So go ahead, man.
No, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, I could kind of see that, and I could kind of see in your posts that the happiness is kind of there. You're satisfied, it seems like, and the family aspect is going super well, which I can super relate to. Right. So, I can see it in your posts and in the vids that you upload. So it's good to see.
Yeah.
I'll say the training is, I would do bro splits before, to be honest. Call it what you will,
Yeah.
Nowadays everything is, let's put a name to it. Now I'm training, sometimes 3 times a week. Most of the times it's 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I don't train more than that. So it's like a push-pull legs, and I do it over again. And it's been working. I pushed it a little bit towards India, and I felt like there's a huge difference there. So I don't need to do a lot.
Yeah.
But I also don't need to do a lot to maintain. So when people ask me, it sounds maybe stupid when I'm saying I'm not, eating. I am eating properly, but not counting everything. Because it's not, everything I have done before is not the same as what I'm doing now, of course. And people tend to forget that, what are you doing to look like that? It's not what I'm doing, it's what I did.
Yes.
Now maintaining.
Yeah.
So people they tend to forget that, I guess.
Yeah. So that brings me to my next question. Are you retired, or do you have any upcoming shows planned for, next year? Any pro shows?
No, I'm not planning on doing anything. My wife would kill me, I think.
Okay. All right. So pretty much you are officially retired from competing. You're done. You're like, I don't need this anymore. There's nothing to prove. I'm done. Okay.
No, because I think if I would kept on trying, because when I went to Dubai was after my classic shows.
Yeah.
And there I tried to grow a lot because I wanted to do open. That was the whole point. I won my pro card in super heavies.
Yeah.
But I just came to a realization, also because of what people did there, I didn't like at all. If I needed to do the same, I wouldn't be happy. I know my body well, and if I push it too hard, I wouldn't be happy. So it's not. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's giving up. It's being realistic, because I never had the best genes to start with. Small clavicles, wide waist. It's not amazing, but I think I did well with what I had.
Yes.
I don't need to prove anything. The guy that brought me to India wanted to bring me back in November in Mumbai, and he said, you have to guest post there. Then you have to pay me a lot, like you paid Kai.
Yeah.
Because when I saw he was about to guest pose, I was like, okay, is there a comeback, or did he get paid a lot? And I think he got paid a lot.
He
Yeah.
got paid a lot. Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, probably Kai. Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's a huge star down there, and it's just like big
Yeah.
draw. So
And there's no way he's coming back to competing.
no,
No.
So he's using his cachet and his pull to bring in the guest appearance spots with the big money type thing. So
yeah,
No, but India's completely crazy for bodybuilding. The
I
last
know.
couple of years has been insane. And when I went there, I was in shock. Also, how they treated me. I was treated like a superstar. You know, I had
Yeah.
security guards just to go to the bathroom.
wow.
Yeah. It's real trippy. Like, you know, being on this side of things, you know, the amount of followers from India and the sheer madness
Yes.
and compulsion they have for this sport is, I mean, they've overtaken the Middle East, I think, in terms of just sheer craziness for the sport.
Mhm.
And they're just consuming everything bodybuilding. And you know, bodybuilding has come up in every facet in India over there. They're just rabid for it, man. So yeah, doesn't surprise me.
No, it was absolutely amazing. And you know, when we used to go to Mutant shows, you would have, you know, people come up, you know, people take photos. Depending where we're at, you know, in German, they're a little more open.
Mhm.
At the FIBO, other places like we went to, I think it was UK, they're a little bit more held back.
Yeah.
But in India, it was crazy. They had to have security guards to stop them because they're just pushing. So, you know, I was tagged in over 400 photos. And
Wow.
imagine how many of those people don't know me or know my Instagram. You know, that.
Yeah.
And I'm also a workhorse. You know, I tell them I'm gonna be there at 10. And I like the photos.
Yeah.
Because if a person comes up to me, and I don't care where it's at, you know, it shows, you know, appreciation.
Yeah.
It's not because I want attention, but if a person asks me in the gym, I feel honored, you know. Okay, I possibly inspire this person, so of course I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to give him an attitude. Imagine you come to a show, you looked up to a guy for years, and he's just like, next.
Yeah. It's such a letdown. And you know, I remember, Klaus, I mean, you always took the time with everybody, and you had genuine fun with everybody too, and so that's why you were always such a hit, and people loved you and lined up for you, and do look up to you. So yeah, always dug that about you.
Yes.
No, we're there to have fun and of course promote, you know, the sport and great products. That's what it's all about, you know.
Yeah, you did it well.
That leads me to the next question. Tell us about your relationship with Mutant, being on Team Mutant, Mutant Nation. How many years have you been with Mutant? It's been,
well, if you don't count the pause I had when I was here.
Yeah.
It's 11 years, over 11 years ago I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been. I think it was at the end of 2011 at FIBO. I talked to, I think you or Ryan.
Probably both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I think we needed to find. We were trying to find like European bodybuilders to build up the market over there, and then I saw you. I was like, you should let's talk to them at the booth and let's see what we can get here. And then boom, there it is. 11 years later,
I won the Mutant of the Month.
Yes.
And then we got in contact.
Yes.
And you had Martin Kjeldstam there, who was awesome as well. I'm happy to see he's up and walking again. And, yeah, it's been a lot of, you know, good guys through the years. I was of course sad when I was let go, but I also understood the situation here.
Yeah.
And now the situation is different, you know, shipping everything, and they're also
I remember
here. And,
yes.
you know, there was a lot of issues.
Jim Girl, who was the supplier? It was Jim Girl, or it was man, who was the supplier back there, that distributor that would get your product?
Jim Grow.
Jim Grow.
I think, yeah. That rings a bell to me.
Yeah, I had to deal with it was the process.
Yeah.
To get your products.
Yeah, both in Denmark and here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Now it's easier, you know. There's a lot of
retailers or something like that.
There's retailers here, so I can get it directly, or like the last order we got, like you know, those companies that resends it from the US to here. It's actually faster, and we just did that, and that was awesome. No problem at all. So then, you know, the world is smaller now. because of many things, of course, but everything is easier. And like I just told them, and I'm going to remind them here if they see the show, you know, a trip for me to Vegas now in Orlando is
yes,
not very
Orlando.
far away.
It's Orlando now.
very
Yeah,
Real
close, you know?
simple now. Real simple now.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's close. Quick trip up to Orlando.
Finally be brought it into the headquarters as well. I actually never went to Mutant headquarters.
Oh, you never really?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
never been to
Probably, I don't
Vancouver?
think
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too
Well,
bad,
well, we got to
Too
change
bad.
that, Matt.
Yeah, Jim. I'm gonna make it.
Put Jim on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been awesome. They always treated me well, and I was super happy when we got back after Corona.
Yeah.
And we did our first show again at the FIBO. I think it was last year. That was amazing. Amazing. I was, you know, on a high when I got back, because just getting out, you know, and talking to people, it's just a different feeling. You know, I always enjoyed, you know, working at booth because I don't see it as work. It's just, you know, having fun.
No.
It's fun, man.
It is.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And like
Your
I'm
feet
here
hurt
sitting
after.
in
Your
my-
feet hurt
Yeah.
after, but that's about.
That's it. And you might lose the voice, but
Yeah.
you're having a good time, man. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move into. I just always like to ask, you know, predictions for the men's open, Mr. Olympia. Who's your top 5? Do you have Hottie winning this year again, or do you have Derek taking him over, Samson, Andrew Jack, bring me Brandon Curry, Big Ramy says he's do it again. You know, who's
I don't
Nick
think Ramy will
Walker?
be
Sorry,
in top 5, to be honest. I don't see him being there.
who's not in the top 5?
Big Ramy.
Big Ramy, yeah, no, yeah, I don't think so.
There's I don't know. I thought he looked good at the Arnold, but
He did much improved.
He didn't get, you know, awarded for it. But I would say Derek will probably he's my top guy to take it.
Yep.
Hani will be there, top 3 for sure. Samson as well. I think that those are the top 3.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
What about Nick
The rest-
Walker?
Well, Nick is it's kind of fun physique, right? I like his physique. I really do. But at the same time, when he stands alone, I'm like, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I think he looks, I won't say small, of course, it sounds wrong. But when he comes up next to Samson or some of the bigger guys, you know, then it takes him a few spots down, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he can do to improve that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if he comes in, you know, spot on conditioning, I think he's gonna do very well. He might end, you know, 5 or 6. I think that's a good placing, to be honest.
Yeah, for him. And then Andrew Jack do you think he'd place ahead Nick if he's on and conditioned, the glutes and hams are in? If not, there's no way. He can't, if he can't come in shredded, then
no, he's actually never.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andrew, because I know Andrew since Dubai time, you know, he's a cool guy. And he made a huge change from when I lived there to now. Incredible change. Yeah. But I'll say he never came in really good shape. But if he does, I think he can beat Nick. I think he can. Because he's very beautiful put together, if you ask me.
Yep. Agreed.
Very pleasing, old schoolish physique.
Yeah.
I really like. Yeah. But besides that, you know, I don't really know. I haven't been following that much, to be honest. So that's probably, you know, the best I can give you right now.
Top 5, okay. No, I mean, that's good. And it's Brandon Curry. I think people are leaving Brandon out if he is competing. Could potentially have him in there. And then there's Hunter Labrada, who might maybe surpass Nick Walker if he's spot on. Yeah. His physique's a little bit more well-rounded and put together versus Nick. The shape and symmetry to his quads are a little bit better than Nick's. Nick's quads are a little shallow compared to his upper body. So it will be interesting.
Hunter looks amazing. I just saw
he does. He is improved.
you put up looks amazing.
Yeah.
It really does.
really good. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a battle. Like the top 5, top 6, it's gonna be really, really competitive. So that's great to see the Olympia.
I don't think it's anyone's show. I don't think there's anybody going in like go, okay, that guy's the clear guy to beat.
No,
I don't think it's that type of a show. So
well, that's what makes it exciting.
That's going to be fun for us watching 100%.
Yeah.
And
And
Brandon, I think he needs his legs.
Brandon,
still his legs. He needs
separation.
He brought them up a little bit, but the separation, it needs to match the upper body, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Steady.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But and then we got the classic physique. We know who's going to win that one. Probably. I can't see Chris not winning it. I don't really see anyone else that's at his level yet. So
what's the top 2 guys?
Dino,
Ramon?
Ramon, Dino Ramon, and then Urs, right, and then Terrence Ruffin if he makes a comeback from his bad placing last year.
It's fun they gave him that placing. I didn't really see if his conditioning was off or
he's just flat, and
maybe he's just too small compared to the other guys, because
these guys are getting big.
Classic guys are very big. Yeah,
they really are.
I remember when I was trying to make weight, and I was like, how the hell can these guys make weight? And they were there with hoodies on. I had to throw everything off to make weight. And
just
I didn't look, that balloony.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So bringing into another question here before we wrap it up. Your work, your coaching business. Tell us a little bit about that. Let people know what you're up to.
Well, I would say it started out, coaching back in actually 2009 when I came back from the US. I started back then, but of course had, other work. I also worked with Body Outlet, which you remember, I think. And it wasn't until 2014 I only relied on that, and that's right after that. Denmark.
Yeah.
And it's been very good, to be honest. I started out with a lot of athletes and only men, and I actually have way more women now and more lifestyle clients, which I actually enjoy. I think they're more grateful than a lot of athletes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it just feels awesome to make a difference. I think also now when I'm a dad, I can put myself in their place, a lot of these people. And no plan is the same, because a lot of people have some lifestyle issues, they have some lifestyle diseases, they have different things I have to take into account, and I see it as a challenge. So I actually enjoy my work more than ever, and also the way I'm working through a system. I have my own app, and I actually send videos like we're talking now when I'm responding my clients. Before it was mail, WhatsApp, Instagram. Now I have everything in one place. And for me it's just way easier. Like I can answer your question back with a video, and it's more personal for them as well, instead of sitting and typing. And if it's something sensitive, it can easily get misunderstood. But if I tell it and say it in a certain way, it's I think it comes
across better.
So it's definitely more personal, and I really enjoy working like that. And also if I have to show an exercise, or if they have to show me something where we can improve on technique, I have them film the exercise, sent back to me. It's all very good tools, if you ask me. And it's not anything weird anymore. When I started doing the Mutant videos in 11, putting up a camera on a tripod, filming in the gym, people like, who the fuck does he think he is?
Yeah.
But now everybody's
it's too much. I guess can't go to the public.
It's more cameras than workout now. So I mean, it's completely flipped.
We're gonna do a video on that.
It's good in a way that everybody can just put up their phone, film themselves, send it back to me, and we can correct some.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
I also a lot of times I film my own squats or stuff I want to improve on. It's not to put up on Instagram all the time. Not all the time.
No.
But it's also to check my own technique, because as we train throughout the years, you can get a little bit off your own technique. So
maybe a little sloppy, or
especially the big exercises that you can't see what you're really doing from the front. So I think it's a very good tool, to film yourself, exercising some of the exercise. At least you feel you need to improve, or you don't feel a good connection or whatever.
Good. And another question before we wrap it up: how has becoming a father changed your life since you're a new dad? He's only 2 years old, Anakin.
No, well, you know this, Matt. From day one, the priorities changed completely.
Oh yeah,
Completely.
Yeah.
And I think, when I look back, and that's one of the reasons I don't feel the need to compete, because everything I did was for me. It was very selfish in a way, which I don't see anything wrong with, because if you want to be the best you can be, you have to put things aside for a certain period of time, but you also have to know when is the time to move on.
Yep.
And I think once you become a dad, from that moment on, okay, I can't. Well, some people can, of course, they can make it work, but for me at least, I felt like it doesn't make any sense anymore. So it's the same with the whole project we're doing here. The whole reason why we moved is, for the first time in my life, what I'm putting all my money and energy into is building, not myself, but building a house for the family, for the
legacy.
Future.
Yeah.
So I know for certain, that my son will always have, roof over his head, because I'll put it in his name. So for the first time, I'm actually building something that's not selfish, that's gonna be his. And I feel amazing about doing that. And I think that's a realization a lot of fathers come to. You're not the center anymore. You can't be. Of course, you have to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself,
then you're not going to be for the little one. Exactly.
You have to work out, eat good, so you have energy to be the best version of you. But I think that's the biggest change. You want to do everything for them, not for yourself. So I think that makes me more driven. I think that my business has become, it has become better. It's better than ever, because I'm more driven to do better with my work, because I know that gives them more as well.
Exactly.
So I think that's the biggest change, that you take all the focus away from yourself.
You put that energy into something else now. You put it into your body, and you became one of the, a great bodybuilder, a great professional. And now it's like, okay, apply that to something else. That's what you're doing. So makes sense.
It's something that gives more back.
Yes, it does. That's true.
Day.
Yes,
every day. Every day. And I mean, you're not doing this for any type of trophy and on
no paycheck,
type of thing. This what we do now is kind of, it pays us back every day. It pays us back with a hug. It pays us back with the daddy when you're home. It pays us back, so it pays us back constantly, Klaus.
Yeah, it really does, and that fuels us to become, even better. And it's just a way bigger drive, I would say, that I ever had. And I look at things in a different way as well. I don't care as much. Well, I don't care at all, to be honest, what other people think anymore. I used to care a lot, and that used to hold me back. I said no to a lot of opportunities because I was not good enough shape, or I needed to do something better. I don't care, you asked me on the message, I responded right after. Of course, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Love it.
Good.
Of course.
Good. No, I mean, great. It's great catching up, and we always finish off our interviews with Fast Five. All right. So it's one word, and then you get your one word response to that. All right. So we're going to start off with Denmark.
Boring.
Okay. Good. Denmark.
Sorry.
The Danish people are going to be on here.
Matt,
I just won't take Danish people in there.
No, if you
are we seen in Denmark?
We do have a Danish audience.
We have to go into the channel. We got to change the settings.
Yes.
All right.
No, if you want the first thought that comes to mind.
No, that's it. We want the raw.
I'm going to use it as the trailer to this.
That's right. It'll be in the title.
Yes.
To this video.
But there's a reason why I keep, going out of the country.
Yeah.
Yes, that must be the reason.
Sorry.
All right, next one.
Next one. Mutant.
Awesome.
Okay.
Family.
Good answer.
I'll say that.
Good one. Good answer. Jim's watching, so that's a good. Okay.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
The past. Well, that's 2 words. Well, past.
Best. Okay. Sebum.
Unique.
Okay. And then Anakin, your son.
It's just beautiful.
Awesome.
In all
Perfect.
ways.
Perfect
In
encompassing
all ways.
word.
Is he already working out? Or are you getting him to do like body squats and like
Yeah, of course.
push-ups and
Of course.
Well,
calves? He's training calves.
as Klaus can attest to, they've got the perfect squat already, right?
Yeah.
They've got the
I'm
perfect squat.
Mobility is crazy.
Yeah, and I bet you're known for your calves, Klaus.
Yes,
so
that's why I mentioned it.
I bet you he's got some calves on him. My son fortunately has calves too. That's from my wife though. That's not from me. So, but he's got some calves, and I look at them and I was like, they're diamond shaped already. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I bet your little guy's got some calves too.
He does. He does.
Yeah. Nice,
but I would say that his physique looks more like his mom's. And she is genetically gifted.
She's also an athlete too. She competed.
She did.
Yeah.
Well, I started out with losing everything, and then I won one of my last most important ones. But she started out winning everything.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
It's different. Yeah. No, but she has very good genetics, and some people respond very easy to stuff. Just look down the streets here. You see some guys not working out, working on the streets, and they're like, they never lifted in their life, and they have straight abs, good shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm like,
just
I have to work 10 times as hard with this Danish genetics.
I know.
Those Danish genetics, right? Jesus.
Those boring Danish genetics.
So boring.
Oh boy.
All right, man. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on and catching up, and we're looking forward to getting this one out. And stay in touch. And I wish you all the best. Keep it up. And it's sad to see you're not competing, but I totally understand. I'd like to see you just do one more, or just get like shredded, just to see what you'd look like, and do like a transformation or something, right? I think that would be awesome. But I'm not trying to force you or pressure you to do anything. But
no, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time and having me on. And I need to get in shape, good shape. At least very soon, because back to India, they posted my photos that are year old, and some from the competition.
Okay.
What's that? 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's awesome. You're posting like 8 meters tall photos around the city.
Yeah.
But,
oh boy.
But they're super old. So for the November trip, I need to get in shape.
Then do it. Just do it.
Okay. So let's have him back then when he's close to leaving, and let's have like a little physique update.
Yes.
And see where he's at. See if he matches.
Now the pressure is on. Now he's going to actually have to really.
Exactly.
That's also right before Olympia, right? So,
yes.
Jim,
November.
Yeah. So I mean, Jim, you want a ripped athlete at the booth. So we're going to showcase Klaus. We're going to showcase him. Let's do it. Let's bring him back, Matt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can paint, the red stripe looking like Kratos.
Oh,
yes, dude. Right?
Do it.
You do. Literally all you need is a red stripe, because
the white
is already there. Perfect.
Beautiful. All right, man. All right, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Appreciate it. Leave a comment below. Ask your questions. We love it. We love your feedback, and we appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you on the next one. All right. Peace. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the bell notification so you get notified every time we release a new episode. We appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.